All right, hello, welcome. This is going to be a video, of course, talking about Foamstars Season Number 7, which is, of course, Golden Beats. Now, before I continue, I was asked by the artist of the thumbnail, or at least for the yippee of Bublo, Erinha VB. So, if you would like to follow them on Twitter for more arts and such, you may do so. Like I said, it is on the screen. Now, we are going to proceed over to the patch notes. Hooray! Let me actually change my scene. Bam, there we go. Okay, so, of course, second scene as always, but Foam Stars, season number 7, launched on August 30th, 2024 at 1 UTC, which is, of course, August 29th at 9 p.m. EST, as per usual. So, what did this include? It included Bublo Espuma, and a lot of new content and events. This is sort of misleading, but we'll get to that. So, Foam Smash Champion joins the party. Bubble Espuma debuted in Tropical Jackpot Friday. Bubble Espuma's skills have been adjusted for a better player experience. This reason why is because of the fact, if you did not know, if you didn't play during the Friday, Bubble actually had foam balls that would bounce on the ground when fired. But they changed Bubble to now have bubbles come out so that they would not bounce on the ground. Yes, that is a change that actually happens between the Friday and the character releasing, and also the only character to have such a change happen even after they were showcased in the Friday. So basically, everyone was a beta tester for Bubble. Anywho, you got the usual shop update, free items, ranked party. The only difference now is that Tribe Vibe was available at the beginning of the season instead of Lone Star, and we'll have 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks of Lone Star. Remember this for later. It's gonna get really bad, really fast. Anywho, uh, extreme parties. Like I said, these are the last extreme parties that were unique were in season number 6. Season number 7, they're all repeats. Skull Shuffle comes back literally from the season before. Actually, I believe it was in season 5. Never mind. Pitch Side Home Run was included as well from a previous season, and Super Duel Party was, of course, in I believe it was Groovy Disco. These would come back for a while, and I think Skill Shuffle is like the most popular because, like I said, this is going to be like every season coming out. Casual Party was a new addition, which is really good, and still to this day is probably one of the best additions Foamstars ever did, because of the fact it took Rubber Duck Party and Happy Bat Survival from that god awful 1 hour switching queue between each of them to now being playable. And then, of course, Jackpot Scramble, which was in season number 6, is now a permanent mode in the game and is selectable from there. And if you select any of them, you will get an XP boost. And if you get the recommended rule, which rotates between Happy Bat, Rubber Duck, and Jackpot Scramble, again on an hourly basis, you'll get extra EXP. I think I calculated it was like an extra 920 EXP. So you might as well just select all of them and see what you get. Play level 450. Yeah, like I said, this goes to 1,000 eventually. These stay the same. More event challenges, banner plates for a bunch of, I guess, Chloe stuff, like Undo Toi is something like would sound like for Chloe, and then of course Maki Maki rolls. Maki Maki rolls. I don't eat sushi. All of the usual such. Again, everything in I think it's silver would be, is new from Bubbalo all the way down to the 8,500. And then we'll get straight to the PvP ballots because the fact that, yeah, it's just Golden Beats. Like I said, the season name is the same as the song name, which is very weird. Like I said, if you've listened to it, it is basically just an EDM track with no lyrics. And it's very weird they would introduce Bubble like that instead of like a Regal song, like something from Leon from Pokemon. But uh, alas, I digress. Rave got a buff. Why did they decide to get a buff? Lumi, I blame you specifically for this. Uh, Melty from Beam Tasting, they just changed it so that now you can't understand if it's a motion player or a controller player, but they sort of balanced it in the fact that, again, Melty was moving so much faster in motion, whereas in controller, you literally had to crank the stick to get any sort of motion on Foam Beam Tasting, but now you could basically just swath it across the battlefield whether you're on stick or not. And of course, when you're on stick, improved camera movement while firing. Ramsey got destroyed once again. Slightly reduced damage and liquid consumption to close range. They basically became unplayable. And adjusted area effect to be the same for all explosions, regardless of the number of explosions from BMs away. Yeah, Ramsey, sorry, but not sorry. The fortune slot had a variety of movement paths, but also, fun fact, they didn't talk about this in the patch notes at all. Spoilers, Jackpot Scramble was added to the private parties in this season. I think it was like in the middle of the season or something. It was just very weird. But I went in on the first day and I'm like, maybe jackpot scrambles in private parties. I went in and it's like, oh, Jackpot Scribble actually is in private parties. Now, again, you could change a lot. You could change the amount of coins that are required to win the game, how much the victory bottle ends up giving for the opposing team if they end up getting it while you have, your victory bottle out. And you could also increase the time for the game. Like there are some things that you can change. You can't change the pattern of the fortune slot because, like I said, they changed the adjustment for the fortune slot. But this is like the only time they did that. And then, of course, Extra Scramble was added as a sort of tiebreaker instead of being like, oh, well, you just lose because you didn't get the coins first. And then bug fixes, just general stuff, L1, R1, whatever, jackpot scramble on screen prompt and cursor in the customized screen. So, in general, what do I think about this patch? I thought it was fine. Like I said, Golden Beats was sort of on the lower end of what I consider a good season for Foamstars. Like I said, I think that Future Funk was really good. It had 3 maps. It had some decent skin. It had some really good skins. And the fact that even though you saw Minami on like 25 times, you still felt that there was something new to look forward to every week. There were new extreme parties. There was, a new season of ranked that people wanted to try and wanted to play because, it was still hype to play it back then. But now, as of season 7, all of that died. You want to know why? Well, first things first, there was a bug with Barista. That pissed me off, by the way. They eventually did fix it and made his range longer. They should have kept it, by the way. But anywho, what's more important is bam, bam, bam. Here we go. Foam Stars. That's right. During the season, Foam Stars was announced to go free to play. Literally 3 days before 2 days before the season came out. Foam Stars went free to play as of October 4th, 2024 at 1 a.m. EST, which was, of course, October 3rd in the States at, I think it was 9 p.m. EST as well, because Daylight Savings didn't happen yet. But, of course, that will be talked about in the Diamond Gems season, which, of course, was when the free to play happened. So, of course, if you did enjoy this video, you can make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.